WSMESM, Enlightenment Radio. It's enlightenment for the soul, the mind, the ear. Feel good radio at its finest. Welcome to another edition of the Sunday Night Spotlight. Comes at you every Sunday right here on WSMESM Enlightenment Radio. And hey, as always, every Sunday, we got another really big show, ladies and gentlemen. And hey, if you've been listening and if you've been following us on social media, you know that we started to reach out to folks that need a little bit of help getting their credit together, and at the end of the day, the world, especially this country, operates on credit. So, it's all about that. So, hey, if you don't have it together, hey, you're not alone and you have nothing to worry about because we have some solutions for you. So I have a great friend of mine. His name is Barry Nembhard. All right. And he is a principal at United Credit Educational Services. And I'm going to bring him on in. Brother Barry in the house.
Hey.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. How you doing this evening?
Hey, man, I'm doing good. I'm doing good, brother. Welcome to the Sunday Night Spotlight. I'd like to go over just a little bit of a background of, what it is that you've been doing and what it is that you're up to. Now, my friend Barry Nembhard, he is a businessman. He's a jack of many trades, all right? Has done everything from banking to coaching to, and hey, the brother, he's a superhero. This is a cat that, instead of a suit there, I think he has a cape hidden back there behind him over there. Tell me, if you had to sum up, your background and what it is that you're really about, in a couple of sentences, like how would you describe yourself?
That's a great question. I would really describe myself as a people person, meaning simply as I'm just interested. I love to see people live to their full potential, you know, because what I found in my experience is that people are closer to the goal line, closer to their dreams than they really think they are. They just need a little push, a little direction, a little of the right information, and their lives can totally change.
Wow. And you're right about that in a lot of ways because a lot of times we are a lot closer than we think we are, but we don't have that confidence,
Yeah.
And sometimes the one thing that makes us feel better about ourselves, is hey, just having the freedom to be able to do the things that we want to do and to buy the things that we want to buy, live in the home in the area that we want to, I mean that it really says a lot. And when you can't do a lot of those things, it really hurts. It hurts your self-esteem, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So we're talking about uh helping people to get their credit together. United Credit Educational Services. And there's a number of different services that you offer. All
Okay.
right, with the company. All right, everything from credit restoration to credit lawyers to you
Yeah.
know, I mean, tell us a little bit about that because we have a special guest
Mm.
tonight. Hey, Barry's a special guest, but we got a special guest that we get ready to bring in to introduce to everybody. But just quickly, like tell the folks about some of the services that the company offers.
I mean, I think the most powerful part of the service is we walk people hand by hand. We have a very easy automated system that literally connects you to the people who extended you credit, and whether it's in collections or whatever. I mean, this system literally walks you through, provides the letters for you, that literally all you need to do is sign and mail. We
Wow.
have a comprehensive alert system that lets you know when the credit people respond to you as well as United to us at the corporate. So you're like in the loop all the time. And I mean, we're not talking about something that takes an hour. This can be done in 5, 10 minutes.
Wow.
You can have this whole process moving. And if you just stay diligent, just let us hold you by the hand. In 3, 4, 6 months, you're where you want to be.
And that's a great thing to point out, because I think a lot of the perception that people have is that it's such a big process. It's going to take so
Yeah,
much. It's going to cost so much, and that's a lot of the reasons why
yeah.
folks are skeptical to go ahead on and do the right thing for themselves.
So so true. So true. And for $300, which includes your first month's membership, you're off to the races.
Wow.
You're off to the races. $89 a month, 3 to 6 months, you could be cleaned up if you just follow the plan we put together. I mean, there's budgeting tools. We have a credit attorney if you need it. There's insurance.
Mhm.
There's health insurance. There's what they call it, prescription discounts. I mean, literally, you can cover your family from soup to nuts with this one membership. Credit monitoring, identity theft protection, all for that little $89 a month. Amazing. Amazing.
Wow. Wow. Well, hey, it's definitely something that people need to check out, and we're gonna get into your information on how people can, make this happen. We're gonna be from time to time scrolling the info across the board for everyone. But as promised, folks, we got a special guest.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's special.
Yes, it's a she, and she is special. I mean, just as special as my brother Barry. Like, I call him a superhero. All right. So this is Superman, ladies and gentlemen. I get ready to bring in Wonder Woman here. All right. I got Wonder Woman on deck. All right. And hey, she's another person that loves to help people. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you Coach Brenda Paulin Walton.
Hi there, Carlton. How are you? First of all, I just want to give you kudos for opening up the mic for such an important topic. I thank you for having me on and on the airwaves so that we could just really help change some people's lives and open up some attitudes and maybe some thought processes with some information that people may have never joined before. So, thought about joining in, having that type of thought process. I also want to thank Barry for being one of our top, top executives. He is definitely a team player. He has been really grabbing the program by the grip, and he's really working with this thing. And I'm really thankful for the work that he's put in, the way he continues to work with the team and the leadership of the company. We could tell that he has a heart for the people and that he really wants to do something to help the people, not only in his community, in his family, in his world, and everywhere that he is. He definitely wants to be an impact. So I'm just honored and privileged to work with Barry. And I thank him for giving me this opportunity. And again, Carlton, I really thank you for opening up the
Well,
mic.
hey, now, wait a minute. Now, Barry's not the only one around here that likes to help people. All right, because from what it is that I understand, from what I hear, all right, you know, you got a pretty mean cape yourself there. When it comes to helping people, 30 years of experience in business experience and business management. A lot of great things. I mean, I've seen that you've actually done a lot of community work also, helping people that have HIV, helping folks that just to get their lives together and in a lot of ways. And I'd like to know, like, how did you get into this type of that type of work, like, whereas it is that you're out here helping folks. I mean, is this something that has always been a part of you, or was there a point in your life where you said, you know I think I'm gonna be a superhero, or were you a superhero from childhood?
No, 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 Carlton. I was not a superhero from childhood. What I was a teenage mom.
Mm,
And what happened was, as a teenage mom and being single, you're talking 50 years ago, 52 years ago, you're talking about a real struggle back then. You're talking about a real struggle. And I think as being a mother and a woman of color, the hardest thing that I found providing for my children were keeping a roof over their head. And because we didn't understand finance, it was never taught in school, church, or home. We had no idea of what we were really dealing with. So for me, it was the struggle. And I have to say, the struggle was real. So because of the struggle, I decided that I was going to invest my life and my time in helping other people when I got in a position. I was very successful in corporate America. I was very successful in a former network marketing company. And I have been exposed to a lot of things, a lot of information in a lot of areas, and a lot of opportunities that I was able to bring back to the community and change other people's lives as well as my own. So for that is the reason that I took my savings and I decided to buy inner city properties to help people that were less fortunate. So
mm.
as a result of that, when I came to Florida, one of the big epidemics was HIV, and I saw women with children living on the streets, and I seen them living in the woods, and that really touched my heart. So I just went into my savings and bought properties that were in the inner city, fixed them up, went and bought some new furniture from the furniture store, and started
What?
taking people off the streets and giving them decent housing. So I did that because I wish somebody had been there for me, and
Mhm.
because I saw a need, and I still see a need. I still see a need, and that continues to plague my heart and keeping properties in the inner city. Right now, I still have 15 rental properties, and I really pride myself in helping people in the community that have less than perfect credit that would not otherwise be able to afford decent housing.
And and that's the one really um important thing that people need to keep in mind is that a lot of folks don't have those kinds of opportunities,
Mhm.
to just to have a decent place, because their credit isn't good, and a lot of people can't even get a good job and so forth. But so at least you're helping, to get people, some place to stay, and that's a beautiful thing, and it's that's why I call you a superhero. You're a superhero. Yeah.
Oh, bless you, my brother.
So
Bless
so
you,
tell
my
me
brother.
so tell me how you got involved with United Credit Educational Services.
Oh, well, I am a financial and business consultant. I also do a little business and spiritual coaching, but I have a brick and mortar office building, a business, a real live business. And I have it in the middle of uh, the inner city. I came here to help nonprofits in the leadership be able to organize themselves administratively so that they would position themselves for funding opportunities and strengthening them for the communities. In doing that, I found that a lot of our leadership here have bad credit. They really have bad credit. But I don't think bad credit means bad people. I
Right.
think bad credit comes from lack of information.
Yeah.
Being able to be taught about finance was never really taught in church, school, or home. We really weren't taught about that. Um, I think joining this company, I have really learned a lot about it. But the biggest reason that I decided to join on it, being a consultant, is because I see the services as an add-on service and an additional path to be able to educate the people.
What is one of the things that you found that, one of the biggest misconceptions, or things that people, one of the things that people don't know, that they should know, when it comes to, getting their credit together?
Well, the first thing I like to say, they're very confused because they think cash is power, but credit is power, cash is flow.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay.
Say that again, one more time. I think you need to repeat that.
That's my motto. Cash is flow, but credit is power.
Mm.
You know, people think, especially in our communities, they think if I pay this off, that I'm a good citizen or I'm a good person. They have the tendency to think that paying things off is the way to go. And they don't realize having credit is the way to go. So they don't think about credit. They get a credit card and they'll slide it until it says denied, and they won't even think about what the interest rate was, when they're going to pay it back, because as long as it slides, they think they're getting over.
Right.
Because it's lack of knowledge. It's lack of knowledge. And because of that, they continue to get credit cards. They mess up their credit and then they just get another one. And then they go to secured credit card, you know. But they have to understand that they need some form of credit, whether it's a secured credit card, a regular credit card. The debit card is only going to go so far.
Right.
When you go to rent a car, they say, I need a credit card. Your debit card is not good here. You need a credit card. So that clearly tells me that credit is power. And another thing, we don't even understand what our credit score is. I mean, I didn't even realize myself personally that a perfect credit score was 850 until I started studying what credit was and how it works in our country.
Wow. Yeah. People need to know. And yeah, and Barry.
Let me tell you, Doc P, it's nothing to see someone's eyes light up when they get it. Like, I've had so many people telling me, if I'd have known this 10 years ago, Barry, do you know where I would be? Why do they make everything so confusing and misdirection and half truth, half lie? Because keeping you confused allows them to make money.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
And
simple.
and 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 it's worth noting that this is not something that they really teach in schools. You
No.
know, and and it's really up to us to educate the younger ones.
Yeah.
On how to get it together. So
Yeah.
one last thing, Coach Brenda. Because I you've been life coaching, motivational coaching, all of that good stuff. I mean, just all around, just here to help people. Explain to me some of the satisfaction that you have, because I know you get satisfaction out of helping people. Any story or any like short thing experience that you've had of helping someone with
I
that?
do. I have quite a bit, but I'll just throw this one in. I've had somebody on my team that was a customer, and within 3 months, their credit score went up 128 points, enabling them to move in a very upscale neighborhood. So they were really, really excited. They were able to buy a home, her and her husband, and they're doing extremely well as a result of the program.
Awesome.
The budgeting, the savings tools. It's a lot that goes into it. It's not just about credit restoration, because we can repair your credit, but without the proper education, you're going to ruin it again.
That's right.
So the tools that are in place are to help you become empowered enough where you will not only get credit restoration, but you will be empowered to save your credit for the rest of your life by using these tools. I'm telling you, credit is one thing, cash is another. And the things that I enjoy about this, a lot of people say that they could do credit repair. The thing that sets us apart is that we use credit attorneys.
Mm.
We work with credit attorneys who specialize in credit restoration. Unlike any other company, we have no competition. Let
Because
me tell you that.
it's worth noting, and we mentioned this last week. There's a lot of companies out there that are offering, oh, get at me, I'll fix your credit, I'll this or that, and look, this is not any sidewalk act here. And how long have you been associated with the company now, Coach Brenda?
About a year and 5 months, and it's one of the best decisions that I made personally and professionally. So I'm very honored to be a part of this company. I really think that even a person of my stature, and I could say I've been okay. I've been successful. I could say I eat okay. I'm all right, But this company lets me go to another level of being all right. Because a lot of times we even get comfortable with the cash level that we have or the money that we've saved. So when you start thinking about that and you compare that to being to wealth, that's a whole nother level. So now we're talking about being comfortable versus being wealthy. Being
Mhm.
wealthy is being healthy.
Talk it. Talk it.
Woo!
Being, and I'm gonna say this, and you know what? And a lot of people they move in their house and that's their house for the next 20 or 30 years. But with the things that I've learned, I can live anywhere, do anything I want. I mean, I have a nice house now, but I don't have to stay here. This is not it. This
Mm.
is not it. I can move every 3 years, every 5 years. I can buy me a house whenever I feel like it. And by keeping my credit and getting my budget and savings into perspective, I can take each house and get even a better house using the house that I just moved out as collateral while never touching my investment property just by taking care of my personal credit. I'm telling you, being wealthy is being healthy.
Brother Barry, now I know why you wanted us to sit down with Coach Brenda.
I told you. I
Now
told
I know why. Because, and I also know why you're a motivational person that motivates people, because hey, I'm motivated right now because one thing that really hit me is that it's not about the money.
It's not.
It's like, yeah,
It's
you need to
not.
make some money, but
Yeah.
everybody's just chasing, just thinking that, oh, I just need to make a whole bunch of money so I could do all of this and that. But it's really what it is you do with the money that you make. And that is what it is that gives you the freedom
Yeah.
to be able to do what it is that you want to do.
This is so true. And I like to say, I have a lot of friends who enjoy looking at the lifestyle that I live in. And I tell them, this is nothing. You're excited about this, and I'm excited about what I see. I mean, when you can see glory from your story, then you really know that you are on the right track. And it's nice. I can really relate when Martin Luther King said, I've been to the mountaintop and I've seen. Because I see. I do see, and I do see that we've been raised to be able to make a good income and live a decent life, but we were never taught to elevate in life like that.
That's right.
When we got our house and we paid it for it for 30 years, that's what we were taught to do. But me being an investor, owning properties and buying properties, I realized I can buy homes like I buy Jags and Bentleys, and I mean it's just the same thing. You want to change your car, you should want to change your home. And you should want to not be stuck in it for 20 or 30 years. You should not want to be stuck in it. You should want to have another place to live. You should dream about a big house. If you got 3 bedrooms, well, go get five. You got five, go get 10. You know what? You just need to elevate. When you elevate, you'll be cultivated.
Coach Brenda,
Mm.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for blessing us on this Sunday. And I feel almost like a little spiritual joke there, like like I've been in church here. It's like I'm telling you, hey, God is definitely with this sister. And it's even in an email. It's like be more God, something like that. I see it. I feel it. I feel it now. Barry, how how do we get this education? How can we get this freedom that Coach Brenda's talking about? Is it um something that's is it a long drawn out process? You
No.
know, you've already said that it's a short thing. What are some of the steps?
The steps are as simple as our 877 number,
Mm.
our email. And someone it's so funny, Doc P. Someone called me the other day, and they were shocked that they actually got me. And I said, "What?" They said, "Is this the Barry that I saw on Doc P show?" I said, "Yes, it's me." They said, "You really pick up your own phone?" I said, "Yes." That's part of our service, is that we really work with you and hold you by the hand, literally, because we want you to be successful. And he said, "Wow, this is amazing." I said, as just as Coach Brenda said, I said, I have to listen to you to know what you want to do with your credit. Is
That's
it the
right.
house, the car, the investment property? The person almost jumped through the phone, Doc P. He said, "No one's ever talked to me like this." I said, "Let me give you one more. When you come through this program, we'll show you, this is where people are messing up, Doc P.
Mm-hmm.
From the miseducation. They're getting the credit card or they're getting the credit, and they're consuming it. So they're using the credit to buy the toys. The guy said, "That's exactly the problem." I said, "You can never get ahead. It's designed that way." That's my banking background. We design it that way because the only way as a bank we make money is charging you interest.
The interest, right?
That's how we make money. We don't make widgets or gadgets or whatever. Our commodity is money. So putting you and keeping you financially illiterate is to our advantage. So he says, "Well, what do you do? I'll show you how to buy assets and let your assets buy your toys." He said, "What?" Yes. Now you have the credit. Now let's go look at some real estate that can be a rental property, or buy some cars that you can rent out on Turo. Now people see you driving the Range Rover, but they don't realize that 2 or 3 times out of the month, somebody else is driving it and making the payment. But,
Wow.
but you get the majority of the front of the car, and then you get to write off the taxes. So now you're playing in the game, as Coach Brenda said. So now you start to say, "Oh, sweat, now hold on. Let me go buy this. Oh, somebody is in a little foreclosure. Let me go snap up that property and put some people up in there." And so when you begin to put the pieces together, I told him, then you start having 4 houses, 6 houses, 8 houses. You're done. You go to work when you now you're going to work your 9 to 5 if you choose to, not because you have to.
Listen, I hope somebody's taking some notes. I hope somebody's taking some notes here because, hey, we dropping some jewels here. Barry, how can the folks reach you? How can they contact you?
Well, Doc P, there is my 877 number. I think you have it on the screen.
Oh yeah, yep. It's scrolling right now, brother.
The
All right.
877. And then there's the email, and then there's my Ben Financial. I love it. It's my landing page.
Yep,
that
yep.
you're able that you're able to just go in, put in your information, basic information that allows me to reach out to you, contact you, and find out what you need and get you rolling. As I said, Doc P, for $300 setup fee, which includes your first month, you can be off to the races, getting your credit right. And the system is just a beautiful system. I'm not just saying that because of my role in the company, but I'm saying the education, the budgeting, the tools. Oh, this is what I need to do. And we make it so simple where we actually take your stuff and actually have created a path that people are like, the credit people reach back to me. Experience, talk to me. My people, they responded. They got rid of it. They deleted it. Yeah, I told you. We have created a comprehensive system to
You
make
got
it
to contact my main man here, Barry Nembhard. All right, and he's going to get your credit hooked up. Coach Brenda, thank you so much for joining us and giving us your perspective. Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard from Wonder Woman.
Can I say one more thing?
Absolutely.
Because I find this to be really, really important, and it's choking me sitting here because I haven't said it all night. The thing that sets us apart is one, that we work directly with credit attorneys and that we never see anybody's credit. We don't get to see anything on their credit. They work directly with the credit attorneys. Once we put them in the system, we never see their personal information. We will not have access to their personal information. But the most phenomenal part of our program is that our credit attorneys work with all three credit bureaus simultaneously. Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. So whatever derogatory things that are on the credit, they will go for everything on your credit report at the same time for all three credit bureaus simultaneously. And that's what really sets us apart with our credit attorneys.
Great point. Great point.
Call the number on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Call the number. All right. We're going to give you all of that information. All right. Right here. And also keep it locked right here at SM Enlightenment Radio for more info. Barry Nembhard, Coach Brenda, thank you. Thank you so much for blessing my program on this Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and hey, United Credit Educational Services. All right, Coach Brenda, Barry Nembhard. Call my man Barry Nembhard today. Get your credit right. Peace and blessings. Thank you for joining us. This has been the Sunday Night Spotlight.